Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we've got something truly special lined up for all the muscle car enthusiasts and classic car purists out there. We're going to dive deep into the legendary Plymouth Barracuda, yes, the 1974 Barracuda, but here's the twist, this is the 2026 re-release version in a stunning olive green color. This car is a timeless icon of the golden muscle car era, and in 2026, it has been reborn with a perfect blend of retro styling and modern engineering. Whether you're someone who loves the raw American muscle of the 70s, or you're curious about how modern automakers are reviving these classics for today's roads, this is a review you'll definitely want to stick around for. We'll cover every detail, its head-turning exterior design, the vintage-inspired yet updated interior, the roaring performance under the hood, and of course, what kind of pricing and value it brings to the table. So buckle up, because this is going to be a ride into the past and future of muscle cars, all rolled into one. Exterior. Let's begin with the exterior design, because let's face it, the 1974 Plymouth Barracuda has always been one of the most visually striking muscle cars of its time. And in 2026, the automakers who've brought it back have done justice to its iconic silhouette. This olive green finish immediately catches your attention, not because it's loud or flashy, but because it exudes a sense of toughness and authenticity. The olive color plays beautifully with the aggressive lines of the car, giving it a military-inspired ruggedness that's rare to find in today's over-polished automotive market. The front end stays true to its roots. You get the iconic split grille design with quad headlights, which instantly transport you back to the early 70s. The designers didn't try to modernize this part too much, which I think was the right call. Instead, they've sharpened up the edges slightly, added modern LED technology inside those circular lamps, and kept the bold chrome accents minimal but effective. The result is a front fascia that feels both nostalgic and contemporary. Moving to the side profile, the long hood and short deck proportions scream classic muscle. The fenders are slightly flared, just enough to give the car a planted stance without looking exaggerated. The olive color really emphasizes the muscular curves along the bodywork. The modern 19-inch alloy wheels, finished in matte black, give it that touch of modern aggression, while still resembling the original Magnum 500 style wheels the Barracuda was known for. The stance is lower, wider, and far more athletic than the original 1974 model, but it still carries the same unmistakable Cuda DNA. At the rear, you get a wide tail panel with dual rectangular taillights that now feature LED illumination. The chrome bumper has been slimmed down, integrating seamlessly into the rear fascia, giving it a cleaner look. Interior. Now let's step inside, because the interior of this car is where old-school charm meets modern comfort. The 1974 Barracuda was never known for being luxurious, it was raw, loud, and built for performance. But in this 2026 version, while the spirit remains, comfort and technology have been brought to the forefront. First off, the cabin greets you with premium black leather seats accented with olive stitching that ties beautifully with the exterior paint. These are not just any seats, they are bucket style, deeply bolstered to give you that vintage muscle car feel, but with modern ergonomics that make long drives actually comfortable. You'll notice subtle retro touches, like the wood grain paneling across the dashboard and a classic round gauge cluster, but the gauges themselves are fully digital, cleverly designed to mimic the analog look of the 70s. The steering wheel is a three-spoke design, wrapped in leather with brushed aluminum accents, and it feels substantial in your hands. Behind it, the digital display offers customizable layouts, one for classic mode that mimics the 1974 dials, and another that gives you all the modern data like G-force, tire pressures, and navigation. It's the best of both worlds. In terms of technology, the center console houses a large 12-inch touchscreen with all the modern infotainment features, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice commands, and even retro-themed interface skins if you want that old-school vibe. The air conditioning vents are styled to resemble the originals, but now house modern climate control systems. There's also a premium Harman Kardon audio system with multiple speakers strategically placed around the cabin, so when you're not enjoying the rumble of the engine, you can blast your favorite playlist in crystal clear quality. Practicality has also been improved. The 2026 Barracuda offers more legroom and headroom compared to the original, especially in the rear seats, which are actually usable now for shorter trips. The interior strikes the perfect balance, retro aesthetics for nostalgia, with the convenience and safety features we expect in modern cars. Performance. Now let's talk about the part that really makes the Barracuda legendary, the performance. The original 1974 Barracuda came with a variety of engines, ranging from modest inline sixes to the monstrous Hemi V8s. For the 2026 re-release, the engineers have kept that legacy alive but modernized it for today's standards. Under the hood of the olive green Barracuda, you'll find a 6.4-liter naturally aspirated Hemi V8 that pumps out a jaw-dropping 525 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. There's also a performance package available that upgrades you to a supercharged 6.2-liter engine producing over 700 horsepower, clearly inspired by Dodge's Hellcat models. But in this standard form, the 6.4-liter is more than enough to deliver raw, unfiltered muscle car thrills. The car is rear-wheel drive, of course, staying true to the muscle car formula. It comes with either a 6-speed manual transmission for purists, or an 8-speed automatic for those who want quicker shifts and daily usability. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in just 3.9 seconds with the automatic, while the manual is slightly slower at 4.2 seconds, but let's be honest, the joy of rowing your own gears in a Barracuda is worth every fraction of a second. Handling has been significantly upgraded compared to the 70s model. Back then, muscle cars were known more for straight-line speed than cornering ability. But in 2026, the Barracuda rides on a modern chassis with adaptive suspension, Brembo performance brakes, and electronic stability systems that keep the car planted. You can switch between drive modes, normal, sport, track, and even a drag mode for maximum launch control. In track mode, the car tightens its suspension, sharpens throttle response, and even adjusts the exhaust note to give you that thunderous roar that muscle cars are famous for. And speaking of exhaust, the sound of this car is absolutely intoxicating. The deep growl at idle, the crackle and pop on downshifts, and the scream as you push it past 6,000 RPM, it's a symphony for gearheads. Fuel economy isn't great, but let's be real, if you're buying a Barracuda, you're not worried about miles per gallon, you're focused on miles per smile. Prices. Finally, let's discuss pricing and value, because that's an important piece of the puzzle. The 2026 Plymouth Barracuda re-release is not a mass-market car, it's a specialty muscle car aimed at enthusiasts and collectors. The starting price for the base model with the naturally aspirated V8 is expected to be around $75,000. That positions it above modern-day Challengers and Mustangs, but still far more affordable than exotic sports cars offering similar performance. If you go for the supercharged performance version, you're looking at closer to $95,000 to $100,000 depending on options. And trust me, with the kind of power it delivers, that's still a bargain compared to European competitors. The olive green paint job is part of the Heritage Color Collection, which adds a couple $1,000s to the price but gives you exclusivity and that head-turning finish. Collectors are already lining up for this car, and I expect resale values to hold strong, especially for limited colors like this one. Considering its blend of retro design, modern tech, and sheer performance, the Barracuda offers tremendous value for muscle car lovers who want the best of both eras. So there you have it, the 2026 Plymouth Barracuda in olive green, a car that brilliantly bridges the gap between past and present. On the outside, it keeps its aggressive muscle car styling with subtle modern touches. On the inside, it offers retro-inspired design with modern comfort and technology. Under the hood, it delivers the kind of raw, powerful performance that made the Barracuda a legend in the first place. And with pricing that makes it attainable for true enthusiasts, it's a dream machine that proves the muscle car era is far from over. If you're a fan of muscle cars, this car is going to tug at your heartstrings. And if you're new to the world of American muscle, the Barracuda is one of the best ways to experience that heritage in a package that's perfectly suited for 2026. That wraps up our in-depth review. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more car reviews, and let me know in the comments, what do you think about the return of the Barracuda? Would you go for this olive green color, or is there another shade you'd love to see? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.